Hi, my name is Kristen Tucker. I'm playing Emma Carew in Jekyll and Hyde. And if you'd like to learn more about this one-time performance, listen to this interview.
So the first question, when did you first fall in love with theater and why did you have to be part of the theater entertainment world?
Probably when I was little. My we were homes. I was homeschooled, and so my parents were very careful on what we were allowed to watch. And so I watched a lot of really old musicals, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Funny Girl, all those kind of things. Like that's what I watched when I was a little kid. So pretty early on, I just really loved it.
And then when did you fall in love with acting and singing and when did it go from an interest to obsession?
I always loved it, and then I did my first musical when I was really little. It was a church musical, and just ever since then, I just started obsessing over it. Like, I would not only know my lines, I would know everyone else's lines, like in the whole show, and it was just something I would just do over and over again. And still to this day, most of what I listen to is musical theater.
Theater experience, why is it such a unique format for both the audience and the actors?
I think it's unique because no show is alike. I mean, you can have the same cast doing the same thing every single night, and it's always slightly different. Whether the actor changes up a little bit or something happens on stage that shouldn't. And the audience, like different audiences can bring in different energies. And so it's just a really interesting way that just everything is always just a little bit different. So I think that's really interesting.
And for the live aspect for actors, why is that so unique compared to like TV and movies? Why acting on the stage so unique for actors?
I think it's just unique because it's live. There's people there. There's no, oh, cut, can we do that again? Like you have to be on all the time and all of the memorization and everything that you have to do. Like it has to be spot on each time you do it.
And add on to that, musicals are even more unique part of the theater experience. Why are they so popular by both the audience and the actors?
Why are they so popular? That's a good question. I think for some people they're so popular because they're just like have a nostalgic feel. It reminds, a lot of the musicals that I listen to, it reminds me of childhood or it reminds me of things like that. And also it's exciting to watch and it's kind of addictive. Like you're watching them dancing and singing and doing all of that together. Um, it's just something I think people really look forward to.
When did you hear about the P3 Theater Company Jekyll and Hyde music concert event, and why did you want to be part of it?
I heard about it from John. I worked with John once before. We did Jekyll and Hyde together at a different theater company. And we just got along really well. So he told me that he was starting a theater company. This was years ago. And so he reached out a bit ago and asked me if I'd like to be a part of it. And I jumped at the opportunity. He's such a sweet guy and we had so much fun together. And I was excited to work with him again.
Tell us about your character and where is your character at the beginning of the story?
My character is Emma. At the beginning of the story, she is engaged to Dr. Jekyll. She is her mother passed away, and her father are really close. And I think that Dr. Jekyll kind of opened a new world for her, and he's someone that she's never met anyone like him before. So you can tell that she's very intrigued by him and very in love with him. So yeah, they're engaged.
Why is Jekyll and Hyde, the story and the music, so popular? And also, why is it relevant today?
I think part of the reason it's so popular is, first of all, the music is just absolutely beautiful. So many of the songs are just beautiful to listen to sing. It's so pretty. And it's it's interesting. It has a little dark aspect to it, which I know a lot of people like. Like I do enjoy like the little bit of the more dark, and there's comedy in it, there's lots of murder, and it has a lot of aspects that just make it very entertaining. Um, and I think that it just has some things that still, one of the songs just talks about, or a big theme of it is how, everyone is good and evil. And I think that's, very true. Like we all have good sides and we all have dark sides. And, hopefully most of us are trying to live on the good side. But yeah, I think that that is relevant today.
What do you think is the underlying message in Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah, the underlying message to me is, yeah, that you have this person that's trying so hard to do good, and in trying to do that he just becomes this monster and then the evil takes over, but each person just has this internal struggle with trying to do good in this world when all of these things are happening, and sometimes it becomes difficult to do that. So yeah, just each person and their inner struggles.
And why do you think Jekyll and Hyde is such a fan favorite in the musical world?
I think it's one of the favorites because to me, it's the music is beautiful, and I don't think there's a lot of very glitzy and glamoury shows, which I love. I love all that kind of stuff, and very happy shows. And then this one is just very dark, and it has like a dark sense to it. And I don't think there's as many of those. So I think people are kind of like interested in stuff like that. And the story is just very interesting.
What are you looking forward to when you are performing live in this church, performing Jekyll and Hyde, the concert?
What I'm looking forward to, first of all, is hearing some of the people sing. I haven't heard them all sing yet. So that'll be fun. And, the thing that I look forward to the most in this show is the song In His Eyes. I just love that song. I love hearing it. I love singing it. And I'm really excited to work with some of these actors and actresses that everyone I've heard so far is just so phenomenal. So it's fun to kind of, I'm not huge in the theater world, so it's kind of fun to like meet new people and just learn from them.
Can you tell us more about that song and why do you like it?
Yeah, In His Eyes is just the music, and the melody to me is just, it's so touching, and I love the two different angles that the two women are coming from. You have Emma, who is engaged to Jekyll and she knows him, but all of a sudden she's seeing this person that she doesn't know and she feels like she's losing him. And part of her is like wondering if they can get back what they had. And then you have Lucy, who's lived a really hard life, and Jekyll's the first person that's shown her this kindness and tenderness. And they're just both yearning for this person. And I just think that the way that the vocal lines cross over is just so stunning.
I know this is almost like asking who's your favorite child or parent, but what is the favorite part of the show or song in Jekyll and Hyde, aside from that one song? What is your favorite part?
Ooh, that's a good one. I love I Need to Know. I love that song. I love the energy behind it. I love his urgency and his wish he just wants so badly to make the world a better place, and he just thinks that he can do it. And no one is supporting him, but like in his mind, he knows he can do it, and he knows he needs to find a way to help his father in a lot of the scripts, but I know a lot of the scripts are different.
Very important question. Why must the theater community, Jekyll and Hyde fans, music lovers, come see the P3 Theater Jekyll and Hyde in concert one night event?
I definitely think people should come because it's super important to support local theater, and John is such a great guy in supporting his theater, but also it's just so far, everyone is just so fantastic that I've seen. I think it's just going to be a great night of really beautiful singing and music, and I think it'll just be a really fun night.
You said you worked with John before, and now you're working directly with P3 Theater. What would you tell other actors, directors, and playwrights why they should get involved with P3 Theater? Why does it seem like a unique theater to work with?
So far, it's been a really great experience. He is very fun, and everything's been very organized. The emails are very detailed. Like sometimes in community theater, you show up and everyone just kind of like looks around and you're not quite sure what's going on. He's very detailed in this. You can tell that he's very passionate about musical theater, and he's passionate about helping his actors and actresses succeed. And he listens to people. There are sometimes that directors can hover a little bit, and this time, for example, The Sopranos were having a little bit of a hard time finding a line, getting it right, and I was like, you know what, move on, and I'll have it by tomorrow. And me and the other girl, and he did. He was like, okay, sounds good. And that trust that he had in us to be able to do it on our own is not always what you get from directors, and that was really nice. Hi, I'm Kristen Tucker. I'm playing Emma Carew in Jekyll and Hyde, and I think you should all buy tickets to come see Jekyll and Hyde the musical. It's going to be a wonderful night of beautiful singing and acting and a really exciting, fun story that we're going to tell for you. See you at the theater.